Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So in this video we're going to be going over the top teams you can run for Nocturne Judicator on common 1 and common 2 difficulty. So the most important tip, and this is going to go for all of these early days of Dream Realm, try to level up to the season level cap before doing your attacks for the day. Today it is level 321. Try to get there or as close as you can before doing all of your attempts. Now, I've done a couple of testing with a no Shakir comp, basically like a free-to-play version of a comp for players who don't even have Shakir, because I know there are always some people in the comment section who don't have Shakir built, and this was the best team I was able to find. Basically, real Fresto in front of the illusion Fresto. Honestly, Fresto can work even at lower ascension. His damage is not really that high. It's not contributing much. You're mainly using him for his debuff value, because debuffs are really important in this boss, and we'll talk more about it later. But basically, then you're gonna have Coco, Smokey, Mikola, Kruger in the back. And the Star Shard spell is another way of applying a debuff onto the boss and dealing decent damage. So overall, this one was able to get 2.18 million damage, or billion damage, yeah, which is actually a really good score. I was not expecting like a no Shakir, almost budget type team to be able to do so well. So that is really good news. Basically, now you're gonna see right there, Smokey gets low. I don't know if there's gonna be some RNG in this, or if you just need a higher upgraded Smokey to be able to survive it. But like what people have told me is that the debuffs that you apply onto the boss, that is important to keep your team basically alive for longer. And that's why having a hero like Fresto here, for example, rather than just a pure another buffer, is gonna increase the odds of you surviving like those blows that this boss is going to land onto you. So that is the thing. Now, as for the artifact, there are a lot of artifacts are working well today. Shadow Blast for some people is the best. The Light Coal healing spell is best for some people. Star Shard is best for some. And even Elder Boy is best for some. So you're going to have to do some of your own experimentation. But generally what it seems like is for the more lower upgraded accounts, Star Shard is better because that is also going to apply a debuff onto the boss, and it just helps your survival by that means. Okay, so that is a team you can try. If you want to try a different team, which I did one run of, which got a lower score, I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. Sonja Team, you can try this. However, I don't really recommend it. It did also seem like this was even more problematic, like Smokey or all the heroes got really low and almost died, so I don't know if I would recommend that. Anyway, okay, we're now going to move on to, this is the best currently, no Celestial Hypogean team, and you can run it with Shadow Blast spell, or you can run it with Star Shard spell. For some people, Star Shard is going to be the best option, again, because like we mentioned, it applies a debuff and also increases damage. And this is a Shakir comp. Shakir is amazing for this boss because he's going to buff up all of your allies as well as the Midnight Hunter, and all you need is plus 10 exclusive equipment of Shakir, but that is needed. If you don't have that, then you're not going to be able to run this comp. But the advantage of this team, you're going to see, the Shakir damage reduction from his Lupine's aura, that is going to allow your Smokey to easily take the damage burst from the Nocturne Judicator boss. There's no risk of the Smokey dying in this comp, for example. And that's the advantage of it, and that's why Shakir is really important here. But if you don't have Shakir, you're going to have to make do with some of the other comps that I showed you. But yeah, Shakir is really good. Like, it's just, this is a perfect boss for him. He is always going to be the top option. Way up until like the end of the season basically for this boss, because he can buff up the Midnight Hunter and he can buff up all of your allies grouped up in this, like, you know, front position. Shadow Blast is the best, but like I said, Star Shard is also definitely worth a shot because that is better for some people. So 2.1 billion damage with this comp, which is even lower than the Fresto team that I showed you before this from the testing on this account. So both are good basically team options. Okay guys, now there are a couple teams from Shadow Ranger. Basically there is a Reinier version, or you can just swap out the Reinier for Smokey. However, Reinier overall is going to be better in this team lineup, and it is also using the twins. Now this is not even the top team of today. In fact, the top team is not even using Reinier in it, which is interesting. Kruger is basically being used instead of Reinier. However, I did want to include this team because, I don't know, it might be the best option for some people. Real Fresto in front of Shakir, Illusion on the left, Blue Twin on the left, Pink Twin on the right, and Reinier gonna position swap the Midnight Hunter, of course, with the Shadow Blast artifact. But again, you can try all the different artifacts. Star Shard, Elder Bow, Light Call, all are good options. And for different like levels of investment into accounts, different artifacts are actually the optimal choice. So this team should get us a new record because this is one of the top performing teams, but it's not the overall top. And we will show you the overall top right after this. And again, it's really interesting because it's using Kruger rather than Reinier. I think there may come a time in the future where Reinier is the better choice. But Kruger is also an amazing debuffer. In fact, for such a high raw physical damage dealer like the Midnight Hunter, Kruger is basically the best debuffer you can have. Because he increases the damage that physical damage dealers deal by the most of any hero can provide. Even more than just Reinier's debuff on his own. But this is going to be a new record for us. But as you can see, it is risky towards the end. Heroes are going to die. Maybe if you got better RNG, Mikola would have been able to survive that. And then eventually Reinier is going to go down as well. Shakir is still buffing. So 2.4 billion damage. This is like the highest score we've seen so far in all the comps that we've run. And definitely this is a good team. However, it is not the overall top team. Okay, so now we're going to be moving on to the top teams of today. Basically, I have one version, I have low upgrades question mark, because basically this is a top team formation, but running the Star Shard spell. Because it seems like the Star Shard spell is best for people who have lower upgrades, maybe like they don't have Supreme Plus Twins yet, or maybe their heroes are not all Supreme Plus yet, or lower exclusive equipment or whatever. This may be the best team and definitely worth a try. Blue Turn on the left, pink Turn on the right, Real Fresco in front of Shakir, Illusion on the left, Kruger in the corner, and then you have Mikola on the Stellar Bond. Now this is the team formation. This is Rhymes' team, but that was with the Star Shard spell, and you can run it with the Shadow Blast spell. Now, the overall top scores of today have been running this team lineup with the Shadow Blast spell, and that is what we're going to do. We're going to do like at least 5-7 runs with the Shadow Blast because that is the top score that has been observed of today. So I believe this is the overall top artifact for the top comp. However, like I mentioned, Star Shard is also really good. And I feel like the runs are going to be more consistent because you're going to be applying that debuff. It'll help your team survive better. And also the damage output will be good. So definitely you can run this team with Star Shard, or you can go for the maximum and run it with Shadow Blast. But that being said, even this exact team comp for some people is doing the best with Elderbow spell. Like their best all-time record has been with Elderbow. Don't know if it's related to RNG or if that is just better for some accounts. But like I mentioned, the overall top score reported today has been with Shadow Blast, and that's what we're gonna go for. Going for that top score. But as you can see, it is risky. The team keeps getting taken down low, almost dying repeatedly when the boss unleashes his AoE damaging attack. Mikola going down right here, just like in the previous team, and then the twins go down after that. So this is a bad RNG run, basically. I don't think we're even going to get slightly a new record, but this is not what we're looking for. Like the top scores of today are basically 2.6 billion damage. That is what we're looking for. And we're kind of, honestly, you would look at this and be like, is it even possible for me to hit it with the Shadow Blast artifact? But I'm very confident it is. So we're gonna do our skip runs right now. As you can see, we have like 14 runs left. Hopefully that will be enough. Okay, guys, we got a new record. Okay, we ended up in the rank 1 position with a score of 2594 million, which is very respectable with a 50.5%. This is overall definitely good damage. I want to see what type of RNG we had here. However, I haven't even used that many attacks. This is like my third attack. So I think we might even have potential to get higher than this. When we look at the top ranking of the district, we are a little bit behind, and the top people have reported today has been 2.6, almost 5 billion damage. So I think we have maybe a bit more in us. We have 11 runs left. I'm gonna do at least maybe 7 or 8, and let's see, hopefully we can break that 2.6 billion. Okay, so I've used up a lot of my runs. I have a few left in case any other top team comes out, but I managed to get basically 2 really solid runs out of maybe the 10 attempts I did. We got a 2590 million, and then our overall top was a 2594 million. Let's go ahead and take a look at this replay. And I do think that this is actually really impressive given the fact that we don't technically have a fully maxed account here. Kruger is lacking, like Kruger Supreme Plus plus 10 exclusive equipment, and the people who got the top scores of today are basically running it with completely everyone Paragon 4 plus 20 exclusive equipment. So this is good. Let's take a look. Does the team survive for the whole fight? But this does show you that Shadow Blast has as high as basically potential damage output, but the RNG is a little bit bad, honestly. And it is because our levels are lower, like at this point. But yeah, like pre-end as bosses, the boss hits you really hard, and the survival is basically the issue, and that is adding RNG into the fight. 24 seconds left, everyone is still alive, this is perfect, 21 seconds left. If the team survives the whole fight, then that proves that it is possible, even with the Shadow Blast artifact, and then it will just come down to your damage output. Okay, Mikola goes down right at the end though, and then the twins go down right after that. Maybe there would be a way for both of them to survive those final blows, and then that could allow us to get that extra bit of damage, or maybe we just needed better RNG in the crits or damage output. But overall, this is a very good score. I'm definitely happy with it, and hopefully running these teams you're also able to get a top score of today. If there's any major update to the top teams, then I will make another video, but otherwise these are going to be basically the top teams from all the testing which has been done up until now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Good luck with this. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. And finally, if you think about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. A link to that will be in the description of this video and a pinned comment. It is the best way you can support me at no extra cost to you and gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. But thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.